Hello, welcome back to Iron Fist Classic. This is episode number 9. And in this episode, we're going over one is a really keynote issue, a key issue of the Iron Fist series. The other one's not really very much because it features a B-list villain, who is still around, by the way. Neither of these two villains are dead. Okay? First up, we have issue 13. Not that one. Where are you? Let's see. I know I just accidentally passed it. Let's see. Here we go. Where in issue 13, Iron Fist takes on Boomerang. Yep, in his second appearance after he appeared for 4 issues of Tales to Time. Just explaining here. Issue opens up with Danny just leaping around the city. Yep. Basically, he's here at this boat to meet up with his Irish buddy, and then Boomerang shows up. 3 pages in, I gotta admit, that's actually pretty good for him to do. Iron Fist gets knocked off the boat, then he fights Boomerang for a little while while being shot, and then Misty gets shot at by people with machine guns, and he says he spent months healing after what happened in Tales So Astonished number 88. Yeah, basically, Boomerang, prior to this particular issue, had only appeared in Tales So Astonished 81 to 84 and 86, 80. This is, of course, according to Archie Goodwin, who's the editor of this book. You gotta love this. This, right here, this is a way to promote books. Not people guessing what the heck is going on. I don't know why Marvel nowadays doesn't have these little boxes anymore. Marvel, please, bring these things back. I mean, the only book I may see these things is Howard the Duck and Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. You can put it in other books, so people have a good idea what the heck they're talking about. Okay? So anyways, so we have Iron Fist just continuing fighting Boomerang. And of course, he gets knocked off. He gets knocked off the boat. He gets knocked in the water, and then we cut away to Mitchum Manor, where they're trying to build a barricade in the mansion. Then, of course, Steel Serpent breaks in, beats up some guys, and basically Steel Serpent is here for Ward Magnum, and he just tries to shoot him and hits him. And the issue kind of ends there, which he tells Wendell, I think his name is I'm trying to think, what's his name? Ward, yeah, Ward Mitchum. After this issue, he disappears and is never seen again. And we see Iron Fist gets out of the water, and of course Misty just puts a coat on him and shows him that his bionic arm. Shows her her bionic arm. And then we have an interlude where we see the Irish friend meeting with some guy. And then we see Iron Fist just dropping to a skylight. Something Batman always does too. Yeah, this is nothing unusual to see in a comic book hero break into some skylight. Yeah, as far as I can tell, almost every superhero who is not Superman does this. So yeah, this is nothing unusual. And he just beats up some guys, meets up with Boomerang again, fights him for a few pages. There's some more fighting. Gets knocked to a wall. Rocket Ring gets knocked into the water. He gets out perfectly fine. And uses his enemies. And the issue ends kind of quite nicely. I think that Boomerang, it's not stated Boomerang is taken into custody. He just gets away. Okay? And then we cut to issue 14, which is the debut of this character. Those of you X-Men fans know who this character is. This is Victor Creed, aka Sabretooth, the arch nemesis of Wolverine. This is his debut appearance. And he's currently a good guy. Something that Rick Remender did to him back in X has made him, from the crazy killer that he was for years, turned him into a kind, soft-hearted person. Made him basically another Wolverine because Wolverine was dead. Oh yeah, and he was running around. He's running around now wearing a copy of Wolverine's costume, and he still remained good even after Access. Yeah, for some people kind of like it that Sabretooth is good again. Is actually good. Okay, the issue opens up with Iron Fist and Colleen just wandering some snow in Canada. Yeah, they're in Canada, and they just are on the run from these two people. For some reason, it's not explained here. Oh, and by the way, the interlude that helps sets up the Steel. That actually fully advances the Steel Serpent plot thread, and the Mitchum stuff gets dropped. And as far as I can tell, to this day, the Mitchum stuff has never been resolved. Nope. And Colleen is just wandering about, and apparently we see him fighting some other guy who looks like him. Fights him for a bit. It's a Steel Serpent in his costume. And they go to a cabin where they just chill for a bit. Have a mind meld-ish. And then we cut to before this happened, where apparently they're going to Canada from tell her to go home at once. And basically they actually mention the stuff that happened in the last issue. And then they just fly to a helicopter. And then they meet Sabretooth. This panel right here is his first appearance ever in the Marvel Universe at this point in time. Though there's been retcons since then of him being like an old enemy of Wolverine. Yeah, stuff was added to him after this issue comes out. Okay? Apparently they're held captive. And Victor wants to do something to him. To Colleen, he says, "I'm after Hogarth to take away Lockhart." Apparently he's some pirate. Yeah. Apparently Sabretooth in this issue is a pirate. Yeah, this is just the way Chris Claremont wrote him at this point. Though later on he wrote him to be some other type of person anyways. Yeah, then Nanny breaks out. Then he gets to a fight with Sabretooth. They break out. He knocks Sabretooth out, and they steal some suits, and they just get away. Well, and then we cut to the next day, and they knock out those other people and just steal their uniforms, tie them up, and they fly to a chopper. We see Sabretooth basically. Apparently he's got Jareth Hogarth captive, and it's like he really wants to kill him, but he's just a hired goon. And of course we see Hogarth's women have broken free and they're attacking my men, and are led by Hogarth. And he realizes though that he says, "You're wearing Garrett's uniform, but you're not him. You coming here in the ringers." Basically, apparently Iron Fist, he just slashes at this outfit, revealing Iron Fist's tattoo. He just slices it up. And they get to another fight with Sabretooth while Hogarth's, I think it's supposed to be like Dars the Dragon, I'm not really sure. They shoot up the place. Iron Fist and Sabretooth don't fight. Iron Fist does save Jareth Hogarth. Apparently he's temporarily blinded. Until he gets slashed by Sabretooth. Yep. And then he fights him. Fight. Brief flashback to the Thunderer, and then we see more fighting, and we also see on the same page that he's defeated Sabretooth, but he nearly hits Colleen. But yeah, it's a nice ending. He defeats Sabretooth, and that's that. So What do you think of these 2 issues? 2 really good issues. They're basically standalone issues, in a way. Not a 2-parter, not a multi-parter, just 2 standalone and somewhat unrelated issues, but they're kind of like filler in some way, but good filler. And also, it advances the subplot of Steel Serpent. And it was nice that Chris Claremont had Boomerang fight Iron Fist, and introducing this character Sabretooth was a brilliant stroke of genius. Okay? So I give these 2 issues both a 9 out of 10. Okay? So that's it for this episode. Stay tuned for episode 10. We'll cover the final issue of this volume for Iron Fist, issue 15, and Marvel Premiere issues 63 and 64, which wrap up all the loose ends from the series. Because at this point, the series after issue 15, the series, I'll explain in the next video, okay? But until then, I will see you there. Bye.